All right, we are back looking at 5 cards that you should be buying right now. We're primarily going to be looking at monster cards. We've already looked at the spells in the last video. So today we're going to be looking at those monster cards that maybe don't have a reprint, have been a little bit pricey, but cards that I think you might want to consider buying right now. And I know a lot of people, because of the Rarity Collection, a lot of budget players have the idea that, okay, we've got the Rarity Collection, now we've caught up to the meta. Now we're able to play competitively because we got Pot of Prosperity, we got Triple Tactics, we got Forbidden Droplet, and all those are tremendously helpful. But there's still some cards out there that you might want to get your hands on to finish the deal. And that's what this series of videos are about. We looked at the spells, like I said already, with Thrust and Spellbound and some other ones that kind of finish the deal for you. And why do I say you should buy these cards now? Is because there's nothing being released right now. We got the Fire King structure deck 2 days ago. It officially releases today. But outside of that, there's nothing until middle of January. So maybe you've got some money, maybe some Christmas money. Maybe you want to move that in on a couple cards that might help you finish the deal of catching up to the meta. These are some cards that I think have great potential in the future or are being used right now. So I'm going to bring you over, look at those cards. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Would love for you to be a part of the community. Also hit that like button. It does help us out tremendously. All right, so let's jump over to TCG Player. Let me bring up TCG Player here. All right, the first card that I think you should be looking at is the Ice Jade card out of Cyberstorm Access. And I know several people have been talking about this card recently. And that's because we know that over the next year, there's going to be a lot of water support. And this is a great water card. This is very, very good for water decks. So this card has been doing nothing but going up. Look at this chart. If you go out over a year, you can just see that this card has gone up, it's gone down, it's gone up, it's gone down. It is at its high point. But I think this card is going to continue to go up just because of how good it is and the water support that is anticipated over this next year. So for this card, you are looking at a little bit more of a pricey card, coming in around $10 with shipping. I would understand if you pass on this card. But if you are a water duelist, if water is your thing, you're going to want to have this card. You really are. Now, if you don't play water decks, you don't care about water decks, pass on this card 100%. But this is for those that play sharks or like my son who just loves Totally Awesome and will play anything that can play Totally Awesome. If you're a water duelist, you're going to want this card for sure. The next card I want to look at is a little bit cheaper, and that is Ringo Worm, coming out of same set Cyberstorm Access. This is a great card. You can summon this card, do a synchro summon using this card, get this card in the graveyard. The moment this card's in the graveyard, it will give you a level 2 tuner token that you can use for another synchro summon. I use this in Grand Maju to get me the Baron, and then to use the tuner token to get me Chaos Angel. This is a great card. And it's pretty cheap. You can get a playset for around $12. They're about $4 each. Now again, this is not a card for everybody. But if you play synchros and you can run this in your deck. This is definitely a card I would be considering picking up. It is very good. It just kind of hasn't found a deck yet. Like I said, it does make it so that Grand Maju can play Synchros, but I know a lot of people don't play Grand Maju, but just a favorite deck of mine. All right, moving on. From there, you come over to here. You get to your Revolution Synchron. I told you not to buy this card when it came out because it was about $65. And I stand by that. You shouldn't have bought it at $65. You shouldn't have bought it at $55. You shouldn't have bought it. Look, now you can pick up this card for about $22, I think. Yeah, $22 right down there from a verified seller. This is a very good card. And if you have a deck that you can run this in, this is not a bad price for this card. It has come down to be a fairly reasonable card at this point. So I think, if you wanted this card, now's not a bad time to buy it. I went in on this card when they were $30. I don't think 30 was a bad price. I definitely don't think 22 is a bad price. Going along with this same card is the Assault Synchron as well. This card had the same trajectory. Started out very high, just kept falling down. It also is a very good card, but it's down right now. This card is about $550 for this card. If you want to play Synchron deck, these two cards are pretty much essential for that deck, and they're pretty cheap right now compared to what they were. So I would be considering those as well. Now, the next three cards are cards that I think you probably want to start looking at. And unfortunately, they are a little more money than some of these other ones. But Diabellstar, out of Age of Overlord, this Snake Eyes engine is the real deal. And you can run this in a variety of decks. People are running it in Rescue Ace. Right now, people are running it in the Fire Kings deck, both of which are very good decks. This is a very good engine. And Diabellstar, I think, I'm not 100%, but I think it's a 1 or 2 of, I don't know that you play 3 of it. I obviously don't play this, but, it's about $23, $24 with shipping. So you're looking at about $50 if you're going to play 2. If you're only going to play 1, then obviously you are looking at about $23. Obviously, you need the spell as well, which is a lot of money. Age of Overlord is a set that is worth packs, boxes, cases. It is worth buying right now. It truly is. I highly recommend, if you're going to buy product, stop buying the Rarity Collection. Chances are you got what you need out of it. I know it's tons of fun, but the cards have fallen out. Age of Overlord is what you want to roll your money into. It really is. This is the best deck, the best set sitting out there. This Diabellstar is a card that you definitely want to be targeting, as well as the Snake Eyes Flamberge. This is also a card you want to be looking at. Look, this card was like $3 to $5 when it came out. And this is what makes Age of Overlord so good. The cheap cards have gone up. Ash, Snake Eyes Ash is another card. That's like a $2, $3, $4 super rare at this point. This card was super cheap, and now you're looking at somewhere around $12, $13 from a verified seller to pick up this card. Diabellstar. This is what makes Age of Overlord so good. The cheap cards have gone up. The expensive cards have gone even higher. Age of Overlord, definitely a set you want to be rolling your money in. If you are rolling your money into anything, that is what you should be buying. So this is definitely a card that you want to be getting as well. Very good card. I actually love this card. I kept one for myself, looking to pick up probably 2 more just in packs and boxes. I'm trying to get a case. For crying out loud, I can't get a case anywhere. I'm willing to pay for a case, but I can't find them anywhere but eBay right now. The last card that I think you should be buying is definitely Curicara Divine Incarnate. This is the card for me. If you're buying a card right now, this is the card I think you should be buying. It is low. It is at a pretty low point right now. That's because it's not particularly seeing a whole lot of play. But there are cards now, I can't remember the card, but there's cards, I think it's in the Fire King structure deck, that can search this card right now. This card is going to see play again, and when it does, it's going to be back up here at this $50, $55 mark. Right now, it is a pretty cheap card for what it is. Now, I know that, $28 still sounds expensive. This is a great card. I have a playset. I kept a playset. I have a couple Ultimates floating around here somewhere. This is a great card. If you can find a way to get this, at least 1, 2 would be better. Playset, even more. I think this is definitely a card that you want to be targeting right now. Curicara, it's pretty low for what it is. That's what I've got for you. I got the 2 Synchron cards, the Ringo Worm, the Ice Jade, as well as the Bellstar and the Flamberge, and Curicara. These are cards. They don't have reprints. If you can run them in your deck, if you need these cards for your deck, this is not a bad time to buy them. You're not buying a lot of sealed product. If you are, you should be buying Age of Overlord. That's where the value is. My name is Todd from Go2 Cards, and on the next video, which is going to come out pretty shortly, we're going to be looking at extra deck cards you should be buying right now. I am out of here.